So I just have a quick video for you guys today. It's been a bit of a long day, a bit of a day of reflection, but you guys aren't here for that. You're here to hear the news. And today's news story I want to share with you actually deals with a sales update for hardware and software in Japan. We have sales from last week, and there are no new Switch games on the list, although Nintendo Switch has 7 of the top 10 sales spots for last week in Japan. And you might have guessed that means that Nintendo Switch is still on top in total. So Nintendo Switch for hardware sales last week sold 33,125 units according to Media Create, which is an increase of about 1.4 thousand units. Now, PlayStation 4 is right behind it with a combination between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro of nearly 17,000 units. And we also have almost 6,000 Nintendo 3DSs sold. So that's kind of the top three. You got Vita a little bit behind that. 2DS, I guess I should have tossed them to 3DS, but only sold like 400 units. Xbox One with 146 and Xbox One X with 54. Now let's get into the software charts because this is where things are pretty interesting. There was only one new game in this top 20 this week, and it was the Caligula Effect Overdose, which was released on PlayStation 4. That debuted at number 1, moving 20,399 units. Number 2 is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, moving 15,452 units for a grand total of 129,760. At the number 3 spot, still going strong, is Splatoon 2, which also includes the bundled version, moving 12,646 units. And it's moved, get this, a grand total of 2,323,048 units. The next Nintendo game actually jumps one more spot down to number 5 at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, moving 10,071. That game has sold 1,542,271 units. The number 6 spot is Kirby Star Allies, moving 8,392 for a grand total of 500,000 units. Just wow. The Toy-Con Labo Variety Kit is at the number 7 spot, moving 8,151 units for a grand total of 166,536 units lifetime to date. The number 8 spot is very interesting because it is the Breath of the Wild, and while Breath of the Wild has been in the top 10 seemingly forever, with its 5,687 units last week, it has now moved 991,867 units. This is interesting because it is essentially, based on its current pace, 2 weeks away from crossing 1 million units. And this is huge for the Zelda series in general because essentially no Zelda games outside of Ocarina of Time sold over 1 million units since the NES and SNES days in Japan. So there you have it. Breath of the Wild still setting sales records for the Zelda series, even in Japan. The number 9 spot is the best-selling Switch game overall worldwide in Super Mario Odyssey, moving 4,632 units for a total of 1,725,867 units. So that rounds out Nintendo's inclusion in the top 10. You can obviously glance at the rest of the list, which has Nintendo Switch games like the Snack World on there, 3DS game in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, another 3DS game in Animal Crossing New Leaf Amiibo Plus. Also, the Toy-Con Robot Kit made the top 20, as did 1-2 Switch, a launch title. Very interesting to see that still in the top 20, along with Pokken Tournament Deluxe and ARMS. You guys can look at all those sales figures there if you are curious. And I just have to say that this seems like a very good time to reflect on where Switch is today in Japan in general, and just in the global market, because I think we can agree the first half of this year, unless you're someone who did not own a Wii U, which admittedly is almost half the audience of Switch, if not more, who did not own a Wii U, it's been a little bit of a lean first 6 months. But then again, if you didn't own a Wii U, Tropical Freeze, Hyrule Warriors, Bayonetta 1 and 2, particularly 2, would be brand new games for you, essentially, even though you might be aware they were Wii U games. So if you add those in plus Kirby Star Allies, it's actually been kind of a strong start to the year for new owners. For Wii U owners like myself, or prior Wii U owners, because I don't own a Wii U anymore, it's obviously been a little lean I was going to make this a separate video, but I kind of decided against it at the last minute because we're entering a period of the calm before the storm, as I like to call it. So E3, guys, it's like 3 weeks away. Less than 3 weeks away. Isn't that crazy? It is Wednesday today. That's less than 3 weeks away. We are at the 20-day mark heading to E3. We're going to be at E3 bringing you the coverage that I don't even know who else out there is going to be having the coverage we're going to have. Obviously, other outlets will have, pre-release game, coverage. We're hoping to get some gameplay for you guys that you've never seen before. But it's just a very interesting experience thinking about the calm before the storm, because I bought Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze despite the fact that I already played it and beat it multiple times on Wii U, and I didn't feel that, I should be spending $60 on it again as a Wii U owner. But I bought it because I felt content starved. And I kept thinking, why am I feeling content starved? There's still excellent indie games coming out. There's backlog games that I haven't really finished. There's games, from 2017 that I haven't bought yet that I still want. There was Lost Sphere that came out in January that I still want to play. I haven't beaten Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet, and I really need to start working towards that. And I think what I realized is a little bit of my taste in gaming is that I like playing what's new and current. Multiplayer games aside, I'll play a game like Splatoon 2 for years and Mario Kart 8 for years. Games that are meant to be played over the long haul, I'll play for years. But a lot of these single-player kind of games, I find myself only wanting to play what's the latest and greatest. And I think it's because, despite them being single-player games, I like the community aspect of it, right? When I play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's not just that, if I live stream it, it gets less views. It's that when I talk about it, no one else seems to care anymore. And I feel a little lost in that sense. And thus, I felt a little content starved picking up Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze at the time, because I wanted to play something that was current, even though it's a Wii U port. Because all the other games I'm interested in, it doesn't really seem like anyone else seems to be interested in. And it's really weird watching my gaming taste kind of change in that way, where I want to play more current stuff. That doesn't mean that, we just played Breath of the Wild on Monday. Obviously, I'm still going to play some older games and some back catalog games and classic titles. I think I played the SNES Classic actually a few weeks back. I have it sitting here in my office, but I don't know, it's just interesting looking at the software sales chart, and you're seeing so many games that came out a while ago, including 2017, Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, those are all 2017 games. So is Mario Odyssey, although that was late in the year. But then you see games like 1-2 Switch on there as well, and Pokken Tournament and ARMS. Like, these are games that have been out forever. And then, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, again, another game from last year. And I know that, we're talking, when we look at Animal Crossing New Leaf, Amiibo Plus, I realize that's a little bit newer version of New Leaf, but it's still Animal Crossing New Leaf related, which that game came out how long ago? Like, Animal Crossing is just incredible in terms of its sales power, just in name alone, even though I realize this isn't Animal Crossing New Leaf, it's a totally separate thing, but it's related. I'm kind of blown back that a lot of, and a lot of these sales are obviously by new Switch owners. When 33,000 new units sell, they're going to buy games. But I don't know. I want to throw it to you guys, and I want you guys to let me know, how does your gaming taste work out? Not what genres you like, but are you someone that likes to just, buy up games right away? Are you someone that likes that community aspect of, oh, everybody's playing this game right now, I'm already interested in playing it, so I want to play it while everyone else is, so we can all have this giant conversation about it? Or are you someone that's, I don't care what anyone else is playing, I don't care what anyone else is doing, I'm just going to go play the game I want to play, even if it released, 20 years back? Because I find myself in a unique situation, not only as a YouTuber, but because when I beat a game, I generally don't go back to play it. And I don't really know why that is. It's been that way my whole life, even before the internet. Like when I beat the original Super Mario Bros., I haven't really replayed the original Super Mario Bros. In a serious manner in probably 25 years, because I beat it then when I was 6 and just didn't really feel the need to play it again. And I feel that with a lot of games. Even if I didn't 100% it, like Hyrule Warriors. Whole reason I've avoided Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, not only is because I bought it on 3DS and Wii U, but I felt like I kind of sort of beat it. Didn't 100% it, but I probably did about 80% of the content at the time, and I just don't feel like replaying that content again. I don't have a desire to. Even Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze that I bought, it's an excellent game, and I'm definitely enjoying Funky Mode, but I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time on it because it's a game I've already played and beaten, and I don't have that desire to play it again. So I'm actually curious where you guys sit on this. Anyways, folks, that's the sales update for Japan last week. I am Nathaniel Rovajans from Nintendo Prime, and I'll catch you in the next one.